Hello everyone, this is Stationery Stream. Today I plan to do something called Pair Share Sundays, where I take a pen and an ink that I have used in the past week or have just recently finished and talked about how it actually goes in that particular pen. Today's Pair Share is going to be a pen everyone knows and loves, the Pilot MR3, as well as this ink called Monteverde Sweet Life Collection Pumpkin Cake. So the reason why I chose this pen and ink is that I've just recently finished it and I don't like this pen combination. I have used this ink in a different pen before. That was the Monteverde Monza calligraphy pen. It worked quite well in there. And I thought I really loved it with this combination because the color matches really nicely. And I thought, gee, I like the color contrast. But the thing that I didn't like about it was the nib creep and the ink crusting that occurred from the crystallization of the ink on the pen. You may have seen this nib crusting when I actually used it for my pen stories, when I was going through how I got this pen. At the time it was inked with the Monteverde Pumpkin Cake, and you can kind of see it in some of the shots where the pen, I'd have the pen in a close-up of me doing some of the art, and it would just have these little globules of crystallizations of ink, and it would occur every 1 minute. And it got really frustrating having to wipe the nib on a piece of paper or a tissue every single minute, and it just interrupted my flow of writing and I didn't like it. Which was one of the reasons why I don't quite like this ink pairing. This ink does come in this bottle. The bottle is very cute. And it comes from their Sweet Life collection. I think the main issue with this was that I re-inked the Pilot MR straight from the bottle. So I had a converter in. I didn't ink it the way I normally do, which is, I wonder if this one has it. So what I normally do is I take the pen, I take out the bladder, and I just syringe fill it. But because I had this pen and ink as my ink of the month for March, I thought when I ran out of the ink, I would just, dunk the pen back in the bottle and just squeeze the bladder and re-ink it. It was a very, very easy process, but I believe because the ink kind of was dipped on the entire pen all the way up to here, and I only wiped the section, the ink that kind of rested on the pen nibs itself just was a really good breeding ground for more ink crystals. And after the re-inking, I had an issue. Prior to the re-inking, it was fine. That's why I re-inked it again. It's the very first time I've actually re-inked a pen with the same ink. So, lesson learned. I'm going to test out the theory once I get around to this ink again. I wonder how many days I actually used it for. Here we go. Used it for what looks like, it's about 6 days. 6 days. I had no issue for 6 days. And then ever since the re-inking on the 17th up until the 3rd, that would have been, 1 or 2 weeks? Yeah, that was the issue. No issues whatsoever for the 7 days, and then after the re-inking, I had an issue. And this is the new ink I've tried, which has just recently gone past. So I'm really interested to see how it goes with the new ink. I don't plan to do the re-inking process again, because particularly with this ink, everyone says that orange and red inks tend to cause a lot of nib crusting. And I thought, yeah, you can just wipe it off, right? It's not that hard. It is so annoying. I found out something new about myself. I really don't like nib creep. And not just nib creep, I really don't like the ink crust you get, or the crustaceans, some people may refer it to. It was just so annoying. I just could not handle it. I don't think I'll do it again. But I would like to try this ink again in this pen, maybe in a few months' time, just to see if it always has the ink crusting, or if it was just because I refilled it straight away without cleaning the pen, which was, my mistake. And I've only just realised, looking at it now, that I didn't actually write down that I had it twice in this Pilot MR on my ink swatch card, and now it's not even inked. That's so disappointing. It's not inked anymore. I've got a new ink in this pen. But I definitely used it twice and I didn't put on my records there. Oh, that's going to annoy me. So maybe I might re-ink this pen up again earlier than I thought. I can't believe I only just realised that. Oh well, that's the pair share for Sunday. I hope you liked it. Look forward to my next pen and ink pairing next Sunday. Thanks for joining in.